When I was in the church, I understood that women were not allowed to do a lot of the things that men were allowed to do. And I understood that the position was biblical. But I didn't understand how it affected my nervous system until I started to step outside of the church. A lot of life decisions led to me deciding to go back to school later in life. I pursued a degree in social work, and I became a clinical therapist. The biggest thing that shocked me was the first time I had a client in front of me, just me and him. It was my first session as a therapist on my own, not as an intern, not being watched by anybody. And I said some sort of fact to him about addiction, and he listened to me. And he believed me. And in that moment, it hit me. I have never been just believed by a man. Every time I said something, I was always questioned. How did I really know that? Or even just, well, that can't be true. And I didn't realize that until I was in a different position where it wasn't religious. This client did not see me as a sister in the Lord or anything like that. He saw me as a counselor who had been trained and was able to help him with his problems. I will never forget what stuck out to me in that moment was that I had shared something with him and he came back with a simple thank you. That is an interesting fact. And I felt all this energy in my body that had nowhere to go because I was used to saying something to a man and immediately having to defend myself, immediately having to say why what I said was true, or debate, or argue. For some people, their nervous system response might be a complete shutdown. They might not fight back. They might just completely go inside and shut down and turn off everything internally. But for me, I'm a feisty one, and I am always pushing back. So when he said thank you, I felt everything inside of me just go, what's happening? And that's when I realized that there is a world outside of cult-like high control religion where women are actually believed and actually listened to. My mind was completely blown in that moment. I didn't even realize that was a thing. I think it just threw me for such a loop. All my life in the church and all my life growing up in church-like environments, I was not believed. I was always questioned. I was always doubted. And it wasn't because I wasn't smart. I was smart enough. It wasn't because I didn't know the Bible. I knew the Bible very well. I was denied entry into positions that I wanted in the church because I was a woman. And I was denied entry into even the thoughts of men thinking that I could possibly be right about something because I was a woman. And the biggest thing was that day realizing that the whole world did not see me that way, that only existed inside the walls of the church.